Hey, I'm your host, Anthony Tank Mansfield, and with me this week is
Justin Stewart.
and
Bryce Oquaye.
and this is What You Into.
What you into? What you into?
All right, guys, welcome back. Listener, awesome, multiple returning guest on the show today. Excited about this. Back with me is Justin 3000 and Bryce. Dudes, what is up?
What is
right,
up,
man.
man? So
What's
glad to
happening?
be back in the chair.
I'm excited to see my brothers.
That's right.
To chill, man.
I'm excited to hang out with you guys. I'm excited to talk Wu-Tang Clan today.
Fucking right.
This is gonna be a fun episode because the Wu-Tang Clan is like, it's a band, but it's something beyond a band at this point. Like, it is part of American pop culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Coca-Cola.
And it spans decades.
Yep.
Yeah.
It also has one of the most iconic logos in all of music at this point,
Yep.
which is kind of nuts. Also, it's a thing that has its own hand symbol. Like, that's when you know that you're some big time shit. With your fans make a symbol with their hands, and people are like, I know what that is. Like, that's some pro wrestling shit.
You can be a foreigner in a foreign land
Yes.
and throw up the dub.
You
that
can throw
woo.
up the dub
Yeah.
anywhere on earth. And there's a good chance somebody's going to throw it back at you.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
That is correct. Well, yeah, they've transcended music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the original vibe check.
Yeah.
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 You might be in Paris and some guy's like, parlez-vous, Wu-Tang, and then hits you with it right back. And
Yep.
you're like, oh shit, I didn't know you knew about that. And it's like, of course.
Of course.
It's Wu-Tang Clan.
Transcends.
Yeah, it's fucking everywhere.
Listener, that was like the fourth or fifth accent we've heard Tank do tonight.
French this time.
It's fucking great.
Just coming at us from all directions.
Look,
Surprising.
if we're to the point where I'm only allowed to do the white guy voices, I'm going to do all the white guy voices.
Yeah, I feel that.
So Italians, we're putting you on the list as well. So you guys are in with this, but yeah, I'm gonna do voices that I can get away with.
Perfect. I'm here for that.
Well, look, guys, before we jump into the show, let's plug some social media stuff real quick. BMAD100 for Bryce and Justin 3000 Stewart for Justin. Find them on IG. Go follow them on IG. They're making cool shit constantly. Your eyeballs are gonna love it. But besides the IG, man, what else you guys got going on right now?
Well, as the name says, be Mad 100s. My studio entity itself is called Mad Hundreds. So all the cool shit that I make, that's what I put it out under. But also, collaborating with the homies, and as things have been kind of moving upwards. All of the homies and the people that I build with that make me better, we are collaborating in a lot of different ways. Just putting out cool stuff, comics, and we're making pictures move, and all kinds of just cool design.
Bryce has been making music videos that
That's
are
sick.
fucking incredible. So
Thank you.
man.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. Is that
Bryce is a Swiss Army lightsaber, right? Like, not just a knife, Swiss Army lightsaber, because the shit that you can do is yeah.
Yeah, the animation stuff is very cool. And it's one of those things, too, where it takes storytelling to a different level, when you're able to do that and you're able to create something that people can see and follow along with. And it's very cool shit, man.
I appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to expand on what we do, and I mean, you as we think about it, it's a lot of room for things to be made. So we have an amazing group of people that we've all been making things for a very long time together, separately, whatever. So I felt like, with the position that I've been in, because I'm still within my residency. I'm moving into my third year of residency over at the
man.
Lexington Art League and the Lounge House, and I've adopted some other just really dope opportunities and stuff. And I just think that, crossing the finish lines and getting the ribbons doesn't mean shit if you don't, bring the homies along. If you can't, do something with the people that help put you there in the first place. So we're just gonna keep building things. We keep making pictures move, and we just have a lot of cool plans.
That's an interesting mindset, especially coming from somebody who was an American, because like a lot of times in America, we're taught of like everybody's an individual, look out for yourself first. It's all about your work ethic and drive. And then the reality is the more you learn, you're kind of like, well, no, you have to have connections with people, and you have to be on a team, or, you know, be able to work with people to get anywhere.
Well, no one does it alone.
Yeah.
Nope.
No one does it
Period.
alone.
Nope.
Period. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
You don't do it by yourself.
Yeah, it's
that doesn't
impossible.
exist.
Right, and
right.
realistically, I mean, if everybody were to be honest about their success, then they would have a laundry list of people behind them, be it somebody that gave them an opportunity, or somebody that talked them through a dark moment,
Sure.
a friend,
Or bought a piece of art, or bought something
or
when they needed something to sell.
Bought you a slice of pizza.
Sure.
Because, you know, how many times have we put together shows and done things and nothing is sold, and maybe one kind person bought you a beer or something like that? It's like those little things, these little things that people around you do, even like within your network, but just generally people that are just respecting the fact that you're providing a thing. So if you don't have a communal mindset, good luck.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
Yep.
I really can't say anything other than like, yeah, that makes a whole lot of fucking sense, dude. Justin, before we got on, Mike, you were talking about you're going to be coming back up to the Cincinnati area soon?
Yes, I will be at the Cincinnati Comic Con, September 22nd through the 24th, I think is when it is. So yeah, I'll have a table. I don't know what my table number is yet, but I will be there. So if you are in or around Cincinnati, come through, and I'll have 2 brand new prints at the show that have never been sold at a show before. So yeah.
Are you taking pre-commissions for the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Can you kind of explain to the listener what that is, and then how they can get at you for one?
Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. Just direct message me if you're looking for a commission. I do 9x12 commissions for the show. So yeah, just hit me up, and then we'll talk about what you're interested in, and go from there.
Live art Gandalf.
I do what I can.
Yeah. So listener, like if there's like something from pop culture you want drawn for the show, and you can contact Justin, and he'll make that thing for you, and you actually get to meet him, and you get if you're in the Cincinnati area, he hands it to you, and you get to like have a chat with him. And it's a wide range of shit. Like, I'm sure there's some stuff you'll turn down, but you know, by and large, I got to figure if you get an idea thrown at you, you'll probably do it.
I once drew a picture of Wolverine changing Colossus's diaper. So just DM me and we'll talk about it. And whatever you're into is we'll have a conversation.
Listener, get weird with it.
I keep it discreet. I don't name names. So, and I don't shame kinks.
Oh fuck! All right, is there anything else you guys want to plug before we jump into the Wu-Tang?
I'm good. You good?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's go.
Here we go. I think this might actually be the first like musical thing that's got its own episode in the history of the show. I know we've done like various movies and we've talked like TV series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we've ever talked a band before. Show anthropologist Sarah Baumtrack Lima, please let me know if that's incorrect or not. But yeah, man, again, like I said, the launch of the show, like the Wu-Tang Clan is just something beyond hip hop.
Yeah,
like,
because you say a band. It began as a band, but it has become something else. It's become its own thing, its own entity.
It was like a culture within another culture that inspired a band that created a culture. It's a weird sandwich of things.
It's also cool because like they look at themselves as a hip hop collective. So they look at themselves as not even like referring to themselves as a band. It's like, well, we're a collective. We come together, we do this thing, but at the same time, we're all individual artists that do our own things, that have our own projects. This is just something that we team up for. So it's kind of like the Avengers in that regard, where it's like they pop in, they do the team thing,
like an Iron Man.
Yeah, and then they pop out. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
Yeah, it's pretty direct. So Wu-Tang was formed in 1992 in Staten Island, New York City, which they refer to as Shaolin, which again is another like thing where they took the place where they lived and they turned it into like a weird almost fictional spot. Like Shaolin isn't in New York, but now it is, and this is Staten Island. Like, and it sounds very cool. I'm trying to think if I've ever can think of another person, anything in music that's ever done that. They've like renamed the place they came from.
Well, no disrespect to Staten Island, but this was a necessary rebranding for them. I'm sorry, man.
They welcomed it, is what you're saying?
I don't know many people. I know Staten Island, and
because listener, Bryce, give a quick
bio.
biography.
Okay, yeah. So I am a Lexingtonian, but my origins are New York, because I am from Queens, so I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. And yeah, my mother's from the Bronx, so up until I hit my teenage years, my whole upbringing was very specifically Queens hip hop, all the things within the 90s era.
And what was the vibe of Staten Island?
And Staten Island was very much it was almost look at, I don't
try not to catch beef with people from Staten Island.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because you do not want to beef with anybody from Staten Island. That's a fact. But okay. So I guess Staten Island was a place where you could definitely people who have like backyards and things and stuff like that. Possums or whatever else, like Staten Island, but it looked like a place where they might thrive. It was very like the projects of projects. Like, it was different, man. Staten Island was not Staten Island. If anything, what Wu describes, very accurate. It's pretty accurate. Yeah, they're not. Okay. It wasn't glorious. It was not a glorious place.
So they rebrand it so that it fits within their mythology. Again, they're giving themselves lore, which is also an interesting thing. Like, there's not a lot of bands that give themselves lore. I mean, there are, but it's stuff like Kiss and
it's more
ICP.
Right, yeah. Well, it's more in the metal realm for sure.
Yeah.
Where you
Ghost, Slipknot.
Right, you put on this persona of something and you perform as something, and that becomes the brand. Like rock and roll, absolutely. That's happened plenty of times. But this was the first time that it had been done in hip hop, and I think also like all of the aliases, right?
Yeah.
That was done intentionally to just brand this whole fucking thing as Wu.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, again, that is also an interesting thing of like you said, like you did see it like metal and rock and roll, but you didn't really see it in hip hop yet. And then they're also kind of combining this stuff that's like a fantasy element of like it's like kung fu movies in New York, but that they're rapping about and where they're from. But then at the same time, it's like it's like also mixed with like gritty street life shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like very much of the times like gangster rap that's in there, and like talking about like dealing drugs and shit and getting in gunfights.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, then you got like ridiculous like pop cultural lyrics where like breaking backs like Ken Patera and like pulling shit from like pro wrestling and pulling shit from like cartoons and stuff. And that's something that like the West Coast wasn't doing at the time. I mean, even on the East Coast there wasn't as people doing it the same way the Wu-Tang Clan was.
It's like East Asian culture was always kind of a backbone piece within hip hop, but Wu was they were the collective that leaned into it. They recognized it and was very clearly like
it opens the record.
Yeah, they were like all the things that we all were clearly rocking with. We're gonna be. They reminded me. I think they would be the equivalent of like the band Kids of Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? Like just a little the ones everybody was like, yo, okay, hold on, they got something different going on over there.
There was street shit mixed in with this metropolitan mysticism.
Yeah,
right, of Shaolin, aka Staten Island,
aka
all that stuff.
Yeah, it's so that in and of itself, I think that right there, if you don't understand this band or you click on this episode, you're like, oh, this is something I don't normally, I'm not usually a hip hop person. just to kind of give you like the what this thing is and how fucking weird and cool it is, because Wu-Tang is its own fucking thing. And again, the hand symbol and just everything that comes with it. It's wild. Well, and then again, the iconic logo, which that was created by Ronald Maurice Bean. Like, what the fuck is it like to create this image that is now just a part of pop culture and is recognized the world over? I mean, it's equivalent to like the Wu-Tang W is like the Misfits Crimson Ghost Skull. Like you might not even know it's from a band, but you fucking seen it. You know what it is.
Exactly.
Because they've all used it as other letters. Mm-hmm. There's an alphabet that's just the Wu W, but made into different letters.
Mathematics, dude was ahead of his time when he did that. That's crazy. He just drew that on now granted, that's the story says he just drew it on a piece of notebook paper or something. It was like next thing you know, it boom.
I don't know the history of the logo.
Craziness. Yeah.
I just looked the dude up because I wanted to give him credit for it, because I think that if you create something that goes into the pop culture zeitgeist of the world, where it's just like, holy shit, like even people that don't know what this is know what the fuck this thing is.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
when
wild.
someone on the other side of the world gets the thing you've done tattooed on them.
Yeah. On their neck. Like, how many people are walking around with like Wu-Tang neck tattoos? Like, there's people out there that definitely have those. And also, it's something that Wu-Tang Clan has that a lot of bands don't have is color branding, where they're like almost like a sports team where you're wearing the socks, dudes. It's black and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that is Wu-Tang colors. And that's fucking nuts. Like, that they got the shit dialed down to that level where they're like, not only do we have this iconic logo, but we have our own color branding.
Yeah. There's a there's a job I had one time where I was tasked with creating branding for a big company, and I was like, black and yellow with white, just a little bit of white,
Slight,
and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, yellow.
Black and yellow just work, man.
It does work, and it's not as aggressive as like black and red. Because you see black and red a lot in sports, you'll see it a lot, but it kind of makes sense for like, you know, a football team or something aggressive,
or the NWO.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when they became the Wolfpack, of course you got to rebrand. Then you got to have your own thing. Yeah, but the black and yellow, it's like it's more approachable, and it's also just high vis. You could see it from fucking miles away. It's like the bat signal, like a yellow on black, like it pops.
It's graphic design 101. It's like what. Like, can I see that logo from 20 feet away? Fuck yeah, I can.
Yep. Ain't gonna miss it.
Ain't gonna miss it.
Very easy to read. Very easy to see. 100%.
Yep.
All right, guys. So let's talk the Wu-Tang Clan members. So Justin brought up a great idea before we got on mic. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then each of us are going to say our favorite member at the same time, and we'll discuss that. And then after that, we're going to talk about each member and their multiple aliases that they record and say their name under. Okay, so 1, 2, 3,
Ghostface.
Damn. Damn. Holy
what else?
Shit.
Hey, what else do you need?
Look, man.
The pound for pound champ, the king.
Man.
Look,
Tony Starks, man.
The man.
Come on.
With the Wonder Woman arm.
Iron Man Stark. Look, my Twitter handle, it literally says Black Fruit Punch.
Yeah.
I have strived to try to be the Ghostface.
All right, see, that's why y'all are my brothers.
Yeah. I'm saying, man.
That is why.
Action Bronson, I love you, and I know we look like we could definitely be cousins, and I'd love to lift and eat with you sometime, but if you see Ghostface, you got to kiss the gauntlet, man.
Ghostface, man.
And remember they were beefing for a minute, and then,
that's what I was about to say.
And then Ghostface is like, yo, I will fuck you up. And Action Bronson's like, you're right, cool.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Every artist has to have their pilgrimage.
Yeah.
You have to give thanks and appreciation to the thing that came before you.
You do.
You will be humbled.
Yes. Ghostface is, I mean, Iron Man Stark.
Well,
and it's no shade to anybody else.
No.
It's just
somebody's got to be the heavyweight champ.
Someone has to have that belt, and it's him.
Yeah, it's just it's voice. It's instantly recognizable. His flow is incredible. And just, again, for me, pop culture reference after pop culture reference. The man is just constantly spitting metaphors and all sorts of shit.
Yep.
Does Ghost have the most aliases?
The Wallaby Champ. You feel me? Like,
Right.
Ghost
Godini. All
yeah.
the Deenies.
Yeah.
All the Deenies.
I'm saying.
Yeah, he's cool. And again, there's no disrespect to the other people because, like, I mean, you know, you can't have Wu-Tang Clan without RZA and GZA. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, and then having ODB be the wild card, like that, you know, that was in and of itself its own thing.
Yeah, and also, what a perfect casserole Wu-Tang is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just come on.
It's a collective.
And plus, Ghost, I mean, Ghost in particular as well, one of the most iconic duos, Ghost and Ray.
Ghost and Ray.
I'm, you know, like, because, man.
Because Iron Man came out first. Right? I mean, I guess we're getting ahead of things.
Yeah, but it's cool. Well, let's do this. So let's run down the list, and we'll just talk about everybody in aliases.
Okay.
So RZA is the leader of the Wu-Tang Clan. Started in 1992 to present. So we got RZA Reactor, Bobby Digital, The Abbott, and Prince Rakeem.
Yeah.
Also, all of these, there might be more, but what I did was, listener, to do research for the episode, I just went to Chat GPT and I threw in everybody's name and said, give me their nicknames. Yeah. So if I'm missing one,
we love you, Rakeem.
Speaking of, what was your Wu-Tang name generator name?
I don't know. I've done it, but I don't know what it is.
I was Supreme. It was Supreme Swordsman.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
that's a cool name.
Ooh. Mine was Thorough Mastical.
Hey, look.
That's a cool name. All right, Liz, I'm going to look mine up off air. All right, so GZA is the Genius, Maximilian, a combination of Maximilian and the GZA Reactor, a play on the director and his initials, the Headmaster, and Justice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then ODB performed under Old Dirty Bastard, performed under ODB, Dirt McGurk, which is great. Big Baby Jesus, which is also great.
Big Baby Jesus is the best.
Jesus is the best one.
Asan Unique.
Asan.
Yeah.
And the one-man army Asan.
Yeah. And then Joe Bananas, which I did not know about Joe Bananas.
Fun fact. ODB's never been taken out.
That's true.
Never been.
Yeah.
Never. Not once. Fucking I am sad that ODB is no longer in the world. I mean, he was a dude who, like, when you get introduced to ODB, you're like, I don't know if this guy's here for a long time, but he's here for a good time.
He burned bright.
He burned bright.
He burned very bright.
My daughter is one of the biggest ODB fans that I have seen, and it's hilarious.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, she found out that he had passed away and whatnot. And I was like, baby girl, he passed before you were born. She cried the same.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, she loved her some ODB.
Oh, poor kiddo.
Damn. All right, so Method Man performing under Johnny Blaze, Iron Lung, Mizza, short for Methzilla. Oh, okay. Tacalian Stallion, Takao, and Hot Nixon.
Hot Nixon.
Hot Nixon's a fucking weird name.
Hot Nixon is the one.
Yeah. Johnny Blaze is fucking sweet, though.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
Like, Johnny...
These guys were fucking with comics
way
before anybody else was.
Raekwon came out under The Chef, Lex Diamond, Shalal Raekwon, and Lou Diamonds.
Lou Diamonds.
I love The Chef. I think The Chef is this fucking sick name.
Lex Diamonds was one of my favorite nicknames.
Lex Diamond is also a good name. Also, Lex Diamond sounds very porn star or very pro wrestler.
Oh yeah,
both.
Yeah, both.
Oh,
yeah, you could definitely do both of that name. Ghostface Killer, Tony Starks, Iron Man, Pretty Tony, Ghostini, Ghostface of the Hill, Ghostini, I don't know what I did twice. Starkey Love, Wallaby Kingpin, Wally Champ, and Johnny Blaze. Yep. Which was he also Johnny Blaze as well?
I don't remember him being Johnny Blaze.
I feel like Chat GPT took me on a wrong turn there.
Yeah,
dude, the Wallaby Kingpin is a fucking ridiculous name.
Wallaby Champ was my favorite, and Black Fruit Punch. He said, "Ladies call him Black Fruit Punch."
Yeah.
The whole Tony Stark's thing is just ridiculous again, where it's like he is Iron Man. Like,
Yeah.
that is ridiculous.
Again, it opens the album. It opens
Yeah.
his album, that old, the 60s Iron Man.
Hey,
theme.
so quick question. So, which Iron Man wins? Tony Stark or Ghostface?
Wait, as far as like which is the
Nah, we put them in a room. They're gonna have to they got to snuff each other out.
all right, so you're saying Ghostface Killer versus fucking Robert Downing Jr. in a room?
We gotta throw Iron
They both
Man
got
in there with
suits on?
Ghostface. They both have to be because you know Ghostface and all the Ghostface stabilities. Because remember, Ghostface
mystical.
Ghostface is mystical. He did Ghostface faced Czarface,
Yep.
right? Just saying.
So I think if it's 1-on-1 and they're not in the suits, I think Ghostface fucks up Robert Downey Jr. with the quickness.
Big
Like,
time.
He's
That's-
looking specifically at
big
Robert
time.
Downey
Yeah,
Jr.
like that. That's not even a question. Like, he just grabs him, slaps him. Robert's like, I did not sign up for this, and it's done.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Justin, do you agree with this assessment, or are you disagreeing?
1000% agree.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr. is toast.
Yeah. Now, if they're in the suits, I think Downey Jr. does have an advantage in the suit because it's like, you know, if somebody gives you a video game controller and it's your first time ever playing the game, you're not really going to know how it works. So if Ghostface comes in never having worn the suit, and whereas Robert Downey Jr. has hours on set being in the Iron Man suit,
Then he has a little bit of advantage.
he's got an advantage because he knows how the controls work. Now,
remember now, Ghostface does have the ability to kill you in a past life.
yeah, and
I would also like to say that Ghostface has the knowledge of past Iron Man suit, like comic accurate Iron Man suits.
Yeah.
That Robert Downey Jr. does not have.
And this is where I would like to throw in. I think that if they know the battle is coming, see again, this is one where if Ghostface has time to plan and to start developing and building Iron Man suits, because as we all know, Ghostface Killer is award-winning physicist and a man of science and engineering
his suit would have a Wonder-
mystical.
He would
and
have
mystical.
a Wonder Woman bracelet on the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, I think we would see Ghostface create a new Iron Man suit that we've never seen before, specifically for him, with the fucking gauntlet hawk, with lasers coming out of the eyes.
It's over.
Yeah.
The RDJ
It's over.
beat down suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Robert Downey Jr. better hope that he just catches Ghostface unaware before Ghostface has time to develop things.
Yeah. He would have stopped Thanos with time.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Ghostface Killer would fuck up Thanos.
Yeah,
He
it's
would-
over.
Yeah. Yeah. He would
Ghostface would have gone for the head.
oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Not even a question. All right, Inspect the Deck. Rebel INS, which is a sick name. Raleigh Fingers, Fifth Brother, Love Allah, and Rebel Dainja. Dainja.
I did not know that one.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. Yeah, Rebel INS, one of my favorite aliases of Wu-Tang
Yeah.
Clan. It's like that. It's by, again, I feel like all the first, like the names themselves are cool, but like the first aliases of like Iron Man, Tony Stark, Johnny Blaze, like Rebel INS, Bobby Digital, like those are the
Those are
really
the ones.
fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Those are the
Yes.
ones they wanted to rock with first.
Yeah.
And that's why they're there.
Again, awesome nickname. You God coming in with Golden Arms, Lucky Hand, 4-Bar Killer, Baby U, Universal God of Law, and The Keeper.
Golden Arms was one of my favorites.
Solid name.
Yeah.
God, Golden Arms is a sick name.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just like one of those things where it's like, and it's one again, like who thinks that up? Like, because it is a sick name, but I would never think to like yell at somebody and be like, "Hey, man, there goes Golden Arms," you know?
Yep,
like,
yep.
Yeah.
and they came up with
You
it.
couldn't tell me shit if my nickname was Golden Arms. It's
Get
over.
outta here.
It's over.
I mean, yeah,
Flex these arms.
that's got to be a thing for like you call like maybe like a discus thrower or like a quarterback.
Even a shot putter.
Yeah, but then I
Yeah.
feel like it'd be like Golden Arm. It wouldn't be arms. So the fact that it is too makes it cool.
Right. Yeah, you only get that shit with boxing.
Yeah,
Golden
Maybe.
arms.
Yeah.
Well, and then it need to be golden hands because
That's true.
it wouldn't be the arms, it'd be the hands because look how quick the hands are.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, man. Where do you get golden arms? Is it like maybe like a powerlifting thing where like this guy is really good at picking up like fucking sandbags? I
Or
don't
you
know.
have you specifically have a bracelet that has golden arms wrapped around it. You're just the dude with the golden arm jewelry.
Yeah. Like bracers.
you got, if you hear this, if you ever want to come on the cast, dude, you're more than welcome to come on. I would love to talk to you about this and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, please explain.
But yeah, your name is awesome. Mastakilla coming in with Noodles, High Chief, Original Glocksmith. Sick name.
That's the fucking coolest. Original Blocksmith.
It's like, what do you do? Well, you know me. I'm kind of like a blacksmith, but just exclusively Glocks. And by the way, I don't really fix them. I just like shoot them at people. But
Right.
I'm an original Glocksmith.
It's like that movie Equilibrium, where
yeah.
there was like the gun fu.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
shit.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
with the
yeah,
Glocks.
yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
Definitely. 100%. He was also Jamel Arif and Shaquan.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaquan.
Yeah, Shaquan.
Yeah. And then finally Capadonna coming in with Cappuccino, Pillage, and Capo.
See, the least.
Yeah, and also
least.
like Cappuccino, not a really cool nickname, Capadonna.
Nah,
I get
if
what-
you're going from Capadonna to Cappuccino,
Yeah,
not cool. Going from Cappuccino to Capadonna,
Capadonna,
that's an upgrade.
very cool. Yeah, and Capo is fucking sick.
Yeah, Capo is, yeah.
Definitely stick with that.
Yeah.
All right, so listener, we're not going to get into the entire like collection of Wu-Tang Clan albums just because we'd be here for days. Like,
Right. And there's such a broad scope that encompasses, because there were so many different people on different Wu-Tang albums that you're like, what actually classifies as a Wu-Tang album? You know, who has to be on it, who's not on it, that type of shit.
Right. And we're also, I mean, we might touch upon it a little bit here and there, but then also getting into like the whole thing with the Killer Bees and then like the other
Right.
members of the Wu-Tang universe,
Right.
which in and of itself is a whole thing where there's like all these people that aren't directly in the Wu-Tang Clan, but they have an affiliation.
See, the way that I always thought of it was like if a Wu member showed up on the affiliate album, it's a Wu album, because they all kind of co-signed somebody, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this kind of counts if they shout Wu on the album with the
Yeah.
I always felt like it was something akin to like X-Men where there was like X-Force and X-Factor and stuff like that.
That's really the best way to put it. West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, West Coast Avengers, East
you
Coast
know,
Avengers. Yeah, like that kind of shit where it was
Yeah.
like they're still on the same team, but it's just such a big thing. It's now like
yeah.
its own subgenres of
Yeah,
teams.
it's all the X teams for sure.
Yeah. So
Because there were X-Men Blue and Gold, and
yeah,
there's been, yeah.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it definitely gets busted up into teams at some point. All right, so the big thing here that I want to concentrate on though with when they came out with the debut album Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers 1993, it got a lot of positive reviews and people were loving the album. But it was a collective album where the whole thing was is they come together for it and they do it and then they go off and do their own thing. What's interesting about that is even though that album is signed to one record label, they negotiated where they were like, hey, we can all be on our own individual labels, whether that be private or if you want to go on other stuff. So like if you look up the history of like different labels that have been associated with them, I mean, it's everything from like private labels to like Warner Brothers and, you know, Universal Republic, RCA.
And
like,
that was unheard of.
Yeah.
That shit was unheard of, especially for a hip-hop crew, right?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
It's pretty genius.
Like, they knew what they had right away. I think that's pretty obvious, right?
And the way that they immediately kind of they had the forethought to spotlight who they knew was going to be able to have their own careers straight out the gate. Because if you remember, Method Man was the only person with a solo record on Enter the 36 Chambers, and he was the guy that went straight to Def Jam.
Yep.
And popped. Like, and that was strategy. They knew exactly what time it was.
Yep.
Yeah, Meth was interesting, and we'll talk about it a bit later. Just like how much Meth got into like pop culture at one point, where in like the late 90s, early 2000s, where he started like showing up in movies and shit, and like crossing over into like the new metal thing, where like he was like hanging out with Fred Durst and doing stuff with Limp Bizkit, and like that was a whole thing too, where like Meth was like, oh, not only am I still in the Wu-Tang Clan, we're successful, but now I'm also my own person and my own.
Right. They all became ambassadors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Meth and Red.
Yeah.
He had a whole like Method Man. Like as much as he was connected to Wu, he just carved into. I mean, even like that joint he did with Biggie, that huge record. Like he just had a whole thing.
Yeah.
And kept it Wu the whole time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Meth and Red tag team is also really interesting because it's like it's not, it can't be as successful as the Wu-Tang, but it's also a very fucking successful collaboration. They
Yo, they
did.
got movies.
Yeah,
Red and Meth got
They
movies.
turned in like a modern Cheech and Chong kind of thing.
It really did. Well, and Red is an unofficial member.
Yeah,
Yeah, as I mean, as far as like the most recent Wu album, Redman's all over it, and it was kind of one of them things where they were like, I mean, come on, what are we waiting on? He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point,
Because
how can
the
you
Gravedigger stuff was before. That was that after? I don't know. Tank.
It was. Oh, I got you. It was after 36 Chambers.
Okay.
So, which again, that just kind of like we're saying, it just kind of launched it out the gate as like this is the big album, and then once people got into it and the critical acclaim it received, then it was like, oh, okay. Then anything else that anybody did as a side project automatically got that Wu-Tang spotlight.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, do you like Wu-Tang Clan? Well, this guy from Wu-Tang Clan is doing this now, and it's like, oh shit, instantly.
And
I'm
because
gonna
there
check
were
this out.
so many. Like so many solo records dropped within a 2-year period.
Yeah.
They're like, holy shit! There's so much Wu content,
Well,
right?
like-
The first bingeable sort of
Yeah,
thing, right?
and they dropped some of the most iconic shit back to back to back to back. Cause
Yeah, which begs the question: was that stuff already done, or was it in production during 36 Chambers and all that shit?
yeah,
a question.
You got a point because RZA produced most of those early entries.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, 100%. And Gravediggers, as I'm looking at my notes here, came out in 94. So, like, literally, RZA, as the leader of the Wu-Tang Clan, drops fucking Enter the 36 Chambers in 93, and then in 94 follows up with Gravediggers.
Yeah.
Which,
with Prince Paul.
yeah.
Yeah.
And really, like, I mean, there had been people that had kind of done horrorcore stuff in the past, but not to this level, and especially in hip hop of like
No.
this crazy like we're rapping about like fucking demons and the devil and
Which was a
fucking graves and shit.
That was all. Just complete side note too. That was a massive turn for Prince Paul.
Yep.
Because Prince Paul wasn't far away from his separation from De La Soul. So how wild is that?
That's incredibly wild.
Yeah, so you have this dude that like completely pioneered this whole path that wound up. I mean, I would dare to say that everything that RZA did with Wu-Tang is the whole reason why we eventually wound up with a tsunami. So like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you have this dude culturally in this setting, and then you have Prince Paul as part of this Daisy movement. And then they come together and they make this whole path that probably led to a Tech 9. You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
no,
crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to ask RZA. It was like when you were plotting out these projects, like were you just like, what movies am I into? And now I want to turn these movies into an album because it's like, whereas like Wu-Tang Clan is very much kung fu influence, like Gravediggers is nothing but horror. It is horror, and it's just like it's all these elements from horror movies and shit, and all this scary like spooky voodoo-y shit that's like weird and creepy.
Yep.
And it's like it fucking rules. And again, like we'd seen it how many times in metal, but with hip hop, not really.
Yeah.
And in talking about Tech 9, like even we can include ICP in this. Like, does ICP exist on the level that they are now without it? Because when you think of horrorcore at this point, like that's kind of where my brain goes. Is like it's the Insane Posse world and like all the stuff that exists in it, like Twisted and Ouija Mac and all that stuff. Tech 9 has been there for a while, in and out of this stuff with like The Gathering. But yeah, man, Gravediggers, like it was 1994.
Yeah. I mean,
that's real.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, so we get that, and then we also after that we start getting into shit like Old Dirty Bastards debut. We get to Cal from Method. Trying to see what else we got. The Iron Man by fucking Ghostface Killah. Liquid Swords by Jizza. Bobby Digital by RZA. Like
the biggest one out of all of them, that Purple tape, man, only built for Cuban links.
Yep.
Only built for Cuban links. When that shit came out, I remember at one point in time, all I heard was Raekwon.
That was a definitive, like,
Yes.
stop, and then okay,
Yes.
this changes everything.
Yeah, because every single thing that was happening when Only Built for Cuban Links was out, we talk about like Raekwon, that what they called it Gambino rap, like Raekwon and everything that he was doing. That was the arrival of the Ghostface that eventually wound up being like, Starkey Love One, that whole Iron Man joint, and then like Nas connecting with them and the Mobb Deep connections, and that turned into a whole separate beast in itself. I think the Purple Tape was probably the best out of all those debut Wu albums. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like that, like even it's almost like pizza. Like even when it's bad, it's good. Like none of these are really bad. There's different ones that are better than others, but at the same time, like these are all fucking solid solo albums.
They really are, man. And I love the how strategic they were because ODB's debut, the return to the 36 Chambers, and Method Man leaning into Takao and having that vibe that was kind of comparable to what he did with his solo record on there. And then Iron Man felt like a partner to Only Built for Cuban Links, and Only Built for Cuban Links had it was damn near a duo album because it was Raekwon and Ghost. Mm-hmm. And then Iron Man was Raekwon, Ghost, and Cap. I was like, yo, this is, Liquid Swords, I think, is the most individual out of all of those.
Yeah, and Liquid Swords also does the thing where it really like lets you know that it is of the Wu-Tang Clan and of the universe, where it's very much like, you know how we're really talking about like Shaolin, and we're talking about like Eastern culture shit and kung fu movies and swordsmen. Like this is the album. Like there,
yes.
and there's a lot of focus on that, where it's like that we're really, really leaning into the samurai idea here.
Yeah. Like in my mind, if I gave it like a cinematic universe, Liquid Swords would have been the prequel to Enter the 36 Chambers, and I feel like after Enter the 36 Chambers, you get your Only Built for Cuban Links, and you get your Iron Man and everything else, and then you get your Return. Mm-hmm. So it's like it gave you all the way that they released it gave you this natural way of kind of piecing them together, like how did each of them fit inside of these things. By the time they dropped their sequel album As Wu, it literally felt like everything else built up to it.
Yeah. And then talking about that, like getting back into like where they then started collaborating again, and you started getting stuff like Iron Flag and the W and stuff like that. Like, again, it's just interesting that they were able to team up, and it seemed like they were still together, but like those follow-up albums did not have the cultural impact that 36 Chambers enjoyed. Nah. And I mean, and I don't know what you can say about that, because it's hard to capture lightning in a bottle twice.
I would say technically, now as hip-hop fans, we're always going to immediately defer to Enter the 36 Chambers, but from from a commercial standpoint, what really propelled them forward, I think, would be Wu-Tang Forever.
Mm. Yeah, I think Wu-Tang Forever was the one that got the most play.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Forever. I remember when we all remember when Triumph debuted.
Oh yeah,
and like that TRL countdown, and that was the $1 million music video. I think it was Brett Ratner directed it.
Yep.
So like, and Wu-Tang Forever was the album that they all apparently said that they were not agreeing on. Yet it was the most commercially successful out of all of those albums. It was the double disc joint.
Right. Everyone I knew had that album.
Everybody had that album. But Enter the 36 Chambers to the hip hop heads was the one. Wu-Tang Forever was what got all of the white kids in Sweden to fuck with Wu-Tang.
Yeah, and it's just interesting, like looking back on that now, because talking about that idea of like commercial versus critical success, and recognizing that sometimes those things don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it is something where Wu-Tang is forever. Like like no matter what happens in hip hop, like is a very fickle thing where like if you're hot for a year or two, you might like that might just be your career. Like
Yeah,
there's so many
that's it.
people that get swallowed up by like, oh, you had like the hot single of the summer, or people are like, oh, check this out, this is new and this is going to be the next big thing, and it just gets wiped out because of something else comes along at that time. And Wu-Tang is forever. Like they are still doing it to this day.
Which makes this episode so amazingly well timed because we have the 50th anniversary of hip hop next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what better way? I mean, you know, talking about one of the most iconic group
Yep.
to come out of hip hop right before the birthday.
Yep.
That's kind of dope.
Back to it. No one does it alone.
Facts.
Wu-Tang is forever because it's a movement created by a collective that knew what they had and knew that it was special and knew that it deserved the attention that they gave it and the I guess the intentionalness I guess of the whole thing, right? Talking about those albums dropping back to back to back to back. So it's like every fucking year, if it wasn't a Wu album, it was someone in the Wu that had an album coming out, sometimes twice a year.
Yeah.
Right? So it was that constant, like, I won't say barrage, but it was just like this calculated boom, 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 record after record after record after record.
Well, and it's the same way that like music is moving today and streaming, where people, I know that like Clown from Slipknot talked about this, where he's like I'm to the point where like I'm not really into making albums anymore. Like we're just gonna make singles because it's like people don't buy the album and listen to it, like but they listen to the new song, and so it's like just every 2 to 3 months on Spotify dropping a new, hey, here's the new song by us, here's a new song by us.
Yep.
And I think at the end you could collect those and turn them into an album if you wanted to.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, but even before this, like years ago, Wu-Tang Clan had that foresight where they're like, hey, like I might not be putting out an album this year, but I'm still appearing on stuff, and I'm still like,
Yep.
you know, my name is still relevant,
Yep.
and our name is still relevant, and our name's
Everybody's
constantly
still in
popping-
print.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. And I personally believe that Wu-Tang is definitely the kind of the point A for what underground hip hop wound up becoming. Because if you think about it, like everything that was kind of that what later on became the underground and backpack sound was kind of the mainstream for the longest time. And then Wu popped up. And now, granted, everything was moving into a certain commercial direction because of the Big Daddy Kanes and everything else. And then we eventually get a B.I.G. And so we saw commercially viable hip hop. And Wu was kind of that last regime of like, we're commercially viable hip hop, but we're lyricists and we're true to this messaging. And then they branched and continued to do that. So by the time we got Wu-Tang Forever, the landscape of hip hop had transformed completely. Wu-Tang Forever like was so far apart from Enter the 36 Chambers that like some people had passed by then.
Yeah.
We lost 4 iconic MCs that became legends, commercially successful, changed the sound.
Yeah.
And then Wu-Tang Forever came and brought it all back. This is wild.
Yeah.
I will agree with you about the underground hip hop thing, where like it was definitely my introduction to the underground hip hop and like better stuff, because I remember like you know, talking earlier like where you're from, where I'm from. Hi, white guy from Appalachia. So like I didn't hear a lot of fucking rap growing up because like it just wasn't around. So I remember like going to college, being at parties, and I would hear rap, and I'm like, it's okay, but a lot of it was just like the stuff that you would play at parties at the time.
Yeah, party rap.
You know, yeah. So like a lot of stuff where it was like, I'm the man. Check out all this jewelry I have. I have so much money.
Right.
I'm fucking all these ladies, like
Cars, ladies, jewelry, drugs,
yeah.
booze.
And I'm like, oh, this is okay, but like, there's not a lot of substance here. It's like this. I can nod my head to the beat, you know, and this is cool. But I'm like, I'm just not like super into it. And then I remember like finding Wu-Tang Clan, and it's like, oh shit, like these guys are doing bass doesn't sound the same as everybody else, like and so like and they have cool samples and shit where it's like they're sampling movies or they're like taking beats from other songs and incorporating in. And then again for me it was the whole thing of like the metaphor and the wordplay and like storytelling, and it's like it was like all this other subject matter that just wasn't like I'm the man, look at all my money. It was this whole different thing where it was like I'm going to tell a story and I'm going to like paint with a lot of cool big brushes.
Right. And they were, the fact that they were all on each other's albums and they were all mixing in with each other's stuff immediately goes back to the lyric, like all the punks in the back, get on the track. Like, come be with us.
Come join up.
Come join up.
And for a little while, and like when Wu dropped and then divided and everybody was waiting on everyone to reconvene, we saw other collectives pop up that tried to kind of hold that torch, because we remember the Lyricist Lounge. We remember when, because we saw people like Mos Def and Talib Kweli, and we saw, I mean, Common had already been out, but now he's stepping a little bit more into prominence, and we see Eminem. Yeah. We see Exhibit. We and
all
like
the D12 stuff.
Like we saw like all these other MC, Raw Digger, like we see all these other MCs. And I know I'm tripping on a lot of names from that Lyricist Lounge movement, but like they tried to kind of do
Charlie
that,
Tuna.
They tried to do that Wu shit, not directly, but like a collective of lyricists.
It was definitely inspired
which
by
makes sense.
Inspired.
Yeah, and it's interesting that like there isn't, and it feels kind of pro wrestling where it's like it's not just tag teams; it's like a stable. Like I look at like Outkast as a tag team, CNN as a tag team, Clips as a tag team. You know, it's like
the Loop Pack.
It's
Mob
like
D,
it's like these two dudes that are a package together, but they're not a stable like the Wu-Tang Clan where it's like 8-9 dudes. Yeah. But then you did start getting stuff like Slaughterhouse and D12, and you know these guys that were starting to like combine together. What was the dude's Goody Mob? With Outkast, where it's like 4 guys, you know, and so you started to see that more. Where like there was like
Souls of
more
Mischief.
people.
Was that before or after Wu? Because I feel like
after.
Was it okay?
I would think is
That's what I was about to say, because I feel like it was after, and I feel like Souls of Mischief went in the direction of like what hip hop was before Wu, but with the Wu formula and everything that came from that with hieroglyphics and Del with Deltron and all of that. That was very much the whole like elevation of lyricists, and we respect each other. It's competition, steel sharpens steel, but like we rock with each other.
Right.
So now they still exist, and that's Wu formula.
Yep.
Very much.
100%. Well, look, guys, we're about to eject out of the portion on talking about them musically. Anything you want to hit on before we jump into Wu-Tang pop culturally?
I got nothing.
I got a question for y'all.
What's up?
All right, question for y'all. All right, so maybe this is at the end, but we gotta pick a superpower for these dudes based off what we know, right? Like they solo album type joints. We got to pick some superpowers for these dudes. What would each of them have? In Avenger fashion, right?
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, Ghostface is Iron Man. Iron Man is Ghostface.
Okay.
So that one's down. It's like, and we talked about it earlier. He would definitely like have like a fucking blinged out suit with like the fucking gauntlet.
Right?
I mean, it's that's a given.
The liquid swords.
Yeah.
Is he like some awesome Avatar shit?
Yeah, he's a waterbender.
I think like Jizza would kind of like that fucking thing that Psylocke has from
the psychic knife.
I could see Jizza having like some long blades of that. Something crazy. I mean, and we already know Bobby Digital. So that's that's kind of already defined for us.
Yep. So Raekwon, Lex Diamonds, is he on his Colossus shit?
Or he's like Emma Frost, like he can get diamond skin.
Yeah.
Right? He can get impenetrable.
Yeah. He yells Cuban links.
Definitely. The man just turns into diamonds. And you
flips out the knives.
And you couldn't fuck him up because he's just diamond.
He's diamond.
Yeah.
Also getting punched by him would fucking suck.
It would be awful.
It'd wreck your
It'd be
shit.
awful.
God damn.
So is Inspector Deck like the Question?
No, he's like he goes invisible.
Yeah.
invisible.
Inspect the deck, like whoosh, he disappears.
Yeah.
And then he pops up somewhere else. And you're
He
like, oh, shit.
yeah, he's like I don't want to say like. See, Inspector, like immediately I'm thinking it's like, you know, he's got like a fucking overcoat and like a magnifying
I'm
glass.
thinking like Rorschach.
See, that's who I was thinking. Yeah,
Rebel
like that kind of.
INS.
Or he's like Nightcrawler. He teleports.
So like a Rorschach dude dressed like almost like some sort of war veteran type rebel INS.
But without the
Rebel
weird white
INS.
guy shit in there.
Yeah,
where it's like,
yeah, right. More Blade.
It's like tone that down.
More Blade, less Punisher.
Yeah. Less a white wearing ideology and more like, you know, just good beats.
Just get beat.
Yeah. Having a solid 16. Like, you know, take out the bad parts. Keep the part where you fucking hit pedos with dead dogs. Go with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we got deck. You got
Golden Arms.
Golden Arms.
That's
That's easy.
That's a great segue into pop culture. Woo, right?
Yeah.
Golden Arms.
Yeah.
Man with the golden arms.
I'm saying.
Indeed. Master Killer.
Assassin for hire.
Again,
Best,
the original Glocksmith. He's got to have a gun. He's got to be.
So is
He's John Wick.
So he's. Are we thinking John Wick, or are we thinking like the Killer, like on some?
Yeah,
you feel me?
I go Woo over Wick.
Yeah, like sliding on that hospital bed, just blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally Capadonna.
Capadonna.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Cappuccino. I mean, what's Cappuccino doing, man?
Oh no, that's a horrible power. You turn into like a really nice coffee drink.
So he's
Okay,
like Master Shake.
Well, what if he's like a living battery? How about that? Like he's a power. He's a living battery. You take power off of him.
Can Capadonna turn into liquid?
You gotta have something cool for Capadonna to do, man.
My name is Cappuccino, the White Ruler, I don't know.
Come on, man. Search your heart. You know you want Capadonna to have something cool.
The Pillage was cool.
A song was cool.
That sounds scary as hell. You can't have a man named. I mean, he is the Pillage, but
The Pillage.
That sounds like a very terrifying, like superpower ability.
No.
Yeah, because Pillage is usually not good.
Yeah. So he's a necromancer.
Okay.
All right, I like where this is going.
We
Okay.
accept it? No, okay.
I'll take Necromancer.
This is better than him being Liquid Man. Yeah, let's make him a Necromancer.
He's not the Hydro Man.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man
Right.
villain.
Yeah. Capadonna, I apologize. I would never try to say anything horrible about you.
Never. No.
Say that you're Liquid Man.
I like the Pillage quite a bit, Cap, and you are a huge part of Iron Man. Thank you.
Cat haters coming for you.
All right, but I do agree. I think this is a good way to transition into Wu-Tang Clan pop culture because Wu-Tang Clan has appeared, its members have appeared in multiple video games, and including they have their own fucking PlayStation game.
Yes,
Yep.
they did.
Yep.
Wu-Tang Clan had their own comic book.
Yeah.
Like in the mid to late 90s, fucking Dreamwave was putting out Wu-Tang comics.
I have a few.
And like no one was doing that shit.
No.
Nobody.
But again, it's like the Kiss thing where they recognize like what they are and what they do, and they
It's
can.
like, what do the kids do? They play video games and they read comic books.
Yeah, and there's so many like bands that you can't do this shit with. Like you can't do this shit with Nirvana. Like
No.
you can't have a Kurt Cobain comic. Like it's gonna be sad. And
Would you play a Creed video game?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Well, or like
Is
even,
that Darksider?
or even like somebody big. I mean, I guess they could bring out a Taylor Swift game, but I got to figure it's not going to be that great.
No, right.
You know, and no disrespect to Taylor Swift, I just don't really know what I can play on PS5 with Taylor Swift as the main property in the game.
Right.
Like that would be.
But
Wu-Tang Clan, you can definitely get a fucking awesome fighting game out of them, and that's what they did
Hell yeah.
with Wu-Tang Clan's Shaolin Style by Activision for the PS1.
That game was fucking fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Activision put out a game.
That game was fucking fun.
Well, and this is Activision, like when they were putting out like Tony Hawk 1, you know, like when they were really starting to do some cool shit over there. And yeah, man, it's a wild thing that these guys, it just totally makes sense that they should have their own video game because there's just so many people in bands you can't do that with.
Yeah. And the dudes that were signed to Def Jam were in Def Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
as
that,
well.
and that's also something I want to get to, which is Method Man and Ghostface Killah both appear in Def Jam Vendetta, and then Ghostface also appears in the sequel Icon with one of our favorite rappers of all time, not in the Wu-Tang Clan, E40. Ooh, I'm a digital avatar.
I'm on the record with the woo.
Concrete.
Ooh, Jesus Christ head dreads. So
Dude, E40 is just such a fucking crazy cartoon character of a dude, of just like constantly coming up with like new lingo and shit, and the way that he's pronounces stuff, his whole style with the way he wears his hats, glasses, just everything. Like, he is such a unique character.
anybody that answers a question with marvelous, you got to know they different. Like, hey, E40, how was that burger? Marvelous. Ooh. Like, hold on.
No, it's E40's personal journey
E40.
to say the most syllables of any living person.
I think so.
Right?
That's a Bay Area shit.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which again, that in and of itself is its own weird little world of hip hop, because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of stuff that comes out of the Bay, but the stuff that does come out of the Bay is like very unique and weird, and he is like the king of that, because he's an odd dude that does weird shit, and it's cool, but he's his own guy.
Yep.
I think he's yeah, we could do a whole other show about E40.
Yeah, shout out to E40.
Yeah, shout out to E40,
Shout out
dude.
to E40,
yeah,
man.
dude, in a room full of horses, you're a unicorn, my friend.
Goddamn right.
You definitely shine. You definitely know who he is, because he is his own man. And he does that, which is also
every day.
It's also kind of weird that like E40 has his own noise the same way like the Netflix noise it makes when it comes on, and then like the bass drops, or like YouTube, or
Another one's
Right.
Jadakiss. I can't do the laugh.
Oh, yeah. I
But
can't
that Jadakiss laugh, the E40, ooh.
yeah,
E40, Netflix, and THX.
yeah, exactly.
The DMX growl.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
DMX, yeah.
Yeah, the growl and the barking.
Yeah.
Well, and now with shit, what's his name? Why am I blanking? You turn me on to him, Griselda.
West Side Gun.
Yeah, West Side Gun. Dude, constantly, he's like a soundboard of gun noises. It's ridiculous how much fucking shit this guy, like, he's constantly making different shit. It's like, here's a Glock, here's an AK-47. Like, every track, he's working it in somehow.
West Side Gun. I'm here with Tank on the podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Come by my...
Hey yo. I'm here with Tank talking woo shit. Who else gonna do it? Hey yo.
That might actually be on the next album.
It's going to get taken.
Yeah, no, he's gonna like put like a really slow beat behind it with some pianos, and that's gonna be on there.
What you into?
Oh, dude, if I could get the fucking West Side Gun bump, I would be so hyped.
That would go crazy.
Oh man, I'd
Talk
be.
about wrestling.
Oh, dude, I know. I just want a fucking $500 fucking hoodie with a scorpion on it. That's all I want in my
Goddamn right.
life.
Buffalo Kids.
Yeah. Oh shit. So yeah, okay. So appearing in video games, we also get Wu-Tang crossover with RZA becoming the composer for Afro Samurai, which again, RZA just has done this so many times. Like, he pops up as like a fucking composer for shit.
Yeah.
And like, you've seen it with like other people now, with like Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails doing it for soundtracks.
Yep.
Like he did the soundtrack for the Facebook movie, and bands like
And the most recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
really.
Yes.
Well, and that's so when you bring it-
Reznor and Atticus Ross did the soundtrack.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, I can't wait to see that damn movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see that shit on Monday. The new Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, like that, when you mentioned RZA and Afro Samurai, man, just on some anime shit in itself, like anime, hip hop, blurred shit. That's woo all. That's a house woo built, cause but there's some major components of that. So you had on Iron Man Daytona 500. That's kind of the first AMV for real. Because remember, that whole video was Speed Racer.
Yep.
And on some early GeoCities AOL internet shit, right? remember when Method Man dropped that Judgment Day? So AMVs galore. Like, I remember one of the first Dragon Ball AMVs that I ever saw that went crazy. You can still look it up now, where it was Method Man's Judgment Day, just on loop, and it was always a lot of super hip hop fans that were always doing Wu AMV loops all the time, and you could just look it up on forums.
Yep.
Yeah, like early AOL, GeoCities, Ask Jeeves type shit, and you could look up anime shit and Woo. Mm-hmm. No YouTube, no nothing, and you would have to download that shit like a QuickTime video.
Yep.
And it was always Wu-Tang records and anime clips, and this was pre and post Toonami. That shit was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Afro Samurai was really big on a lot of levels. Number one, just like I remember it being on Spike. Like that was a huge thing. Like it wasn't tucked away on like Cartoon Network or something else. Like it was on it like after Pro Wrestling or something on Spike. It was on after like TNA or like The Ultimate Fighter or something as the lead-in, which is a great lead-in for at the time. And it really was like, hey, if you're a dude that's like, between the ages of like 14 to 40, and you maybe want to fuck around and dabble with some anime, this here.
Is a cool one, right?
Yeah. And it was very much like the whole thing forever where like hip hop and and anime have like been near each other and kind of peanut butter and chocolate kind of thing is what happens here, where they bring them, they directly bring it together. Like it's not even like a thing where it's like, well, we took the original and then like we put a backing track on it.
It was intentional.
It's like, no, this is intentional. We know that these two worlds have commingled forever. Now let's just put them together and make it a thing.
Was RZA wasn't he one of the lions in the Voltron Sprite commercial?
Was he?
I think so. I think that's Bobby Digital.
Okay. Digital?
I think Bobby Digital was one of the lions in the Sprite Voltron commercial.
All right.
Just random.
Nice
listener.
I really dug Afro Samurai, man. I loved like the whole story of it, the whole idea of like the headbands, and you have to defeat people to try to get the number one headband to be able to challenge for stuff. So instantly setting up the story where you have to beat like mini bosses to get to the main guy.
Yeah.
That bear.
Oh, the bear.
The bear dude. What was his name?
Yeah.
Kuma Koda? I don't know.
Yeah. No, he and I always remember
Kuma
him.
was Tekken.
Yeah.
Well,
Kuma
okay.
was,
Yeah. That bear was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the bear was great, and I distinctly remember there was like that scene where it was like a night parade where it was like there's like all these floats with like lanterns and shit on them.
Yeah.
That was a super cool visual from that. I also really loved Afro Samurai's like buddy that was just
Ninja.
Well, what was it? It was fucking what's his name? Fucking. Why am I blanking on this? Nick Fury.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson is like the fucking like the jester of the show, because I mean, and it'd be really hard to do that show without him, because Afro is just so serious, doesn't really talk, and he's just very focused. And then
he's lone wolf.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then partnered up with him is just this dude that's like just constantly smoking blunts and talking shit.
Yeah.
I think Sam didn't he do both voices? Mm-hmm. He did Afro and Ninja's voice, which I didn't find out till later, because I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
He contrasted that so well. I didn't even know it was the same voice.
Interesting side note to that. If you get the Star Wars Visions comic book that dude did after his Star Wars Visions anime, you get to see the Ronin from that short fight Afro Samurai.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm going to look those up.
Yeah. I've got a copy. I'll give it to you.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I only got that first issue. That's dope. That's really dope.
So this is kind of like RZA's been a composer for things, but then he's also started appearing in, like, he directed his own movie, The Man with the Iron Fist, like 1 and 2. And we talked earlier, 2's out there, but
2 is a stretch.
Let's look at 1.
One is fantastic.
It's amazing.
fan-fucking-tastic. The Lion Clan dudes walking down the street, putting the sunglasses on.
Yep.
Come on.
Dave Bautista on that Kung Fu Colossus shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Yep.
Russell Crowe as like a fat gunfighter type dude. That was cool.
Yeah.
And Lucy
Yeah.
Liu, like,
He was getting it in that brothel.
He was.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, Russell Crowe was in there.
Yeah, Eli Roth making a weird appearance in the movie.
Yeah, but I love.
Didn't he direct it?
I don't.
No.
I think RZA was the main director, but I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Eli Roth helped on some level.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine they just let you. I mean, how does that work? I mean, was RZA a proven director at that point?
No.
No, I feel like Eli Roth at least co-directed or something because I think
That sounds right.
yeah.
I think if you're in that situation, if you're RZA, I think that'd be the smart thing to do. Would be like, look, I can raise the money to make this, and I want to direct it, but I also recognize that I need somebody to
Yeah.
kind of help
Right.
me.
Right. You
Yeah.
can be in it too.
Yeah, and you can also be in it, but just kind of let me know, like, all right, how's this work here? Like, what should I
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of like how to like, because you gotta make the fucking set work. Like
Yeah.
you have to like
Absolutely.
be the guy in charge of like, hey, put this over here and shoot that from that angle, and I want this to have sound,
Right.
and hey,
And you have to talk to the actors.
yeah. Hey, let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Now, in this scene, you're feeling like this,
Right.
and have to convey that. And for a first time person, that's got to be fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't know all the technical aspects
No.
right away.
I mean,
You know.
RZA's like, and his experience with like live action film before that was what, like Ghost Dog,
Music videos.
music videos,
You know,
yeah, so-
which I get like in the well, I mean, you think about it, a fucking $1 million music video directed by Brett Ratner is kind of similar to being on a fucking big budget movie,
Yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying.
right? So
yeah.
he might have had the knowledge.
And with enough experience within like the animation realm, right? Like I'd imagine, storyboarding and storytelling probably wasn't foreign to him.
Yeah,
I would say, but having Eli Roth and Russell Crowe alone, because
Yeah.
because RZA and Russell Crowe are friends enough to where we've seen them in other movies together.
Yeah.
So having those two guys on set, they're gonna make sure this movie is a movie worthy of like, okay, we're gonna help the homie out, but also like
that makes sense.
we're in this movie,
That makes
so let's
sense.
get this right.
Yeah,
I also wonder, like, who is financing and producing these movies? Because it's in what will they in the powers that be? What will and not let RZA do? And the reason I ask is because I think of Rob Zombie, another musician that came from the world of music and started directing. And Rob Zombie's like said on record, he's like, look, I want to make a like Broad Street Bullies movie. Like I want to make a movie about like the 1970s Philadelphia Flyers. And Hollywood, the whoever he's with is like, dude, we'll give you money for horror movies, but we're not going to make your fucking hockey movie. And so instead you get shit like The Munsters, and you get like another Rob Zombie movie where you call women motherfucking cunts the whole time, and then his
Right.
wife is inexplicably in it for no goddamn reason.
right. He wants to do other things.
Yeah, but they just keep
But-
it in this box. So I wonder if RZA has that kind of constriction where they're like, hey, RZA, you got to stay in this lane, or if he has more freedom to then do other projects.
And maybe, I mean, RZA, I feel like has shown that he's really good at fostering certain types of relationships.
Right.
'Cause the forethought to have, I mean, because the deal that he made because I think Wu was initially signed to Loud or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So so the deal that he made even to make Wu successful, that record deal, he took a massive chance with a new person that he found talented, and he seems to cultivate talent well. To have the forethought to say, "Hey, this director Brett Ratner, come and do my music video," and
Yeah.
all these things. Like, I don't know, like maybe.
I think he's been behind the scenes and on the other side of things enough to navigate that world
Yeah.
well and can hold his own there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. None of us know him personally.
Yeah.
But within that, though, I think that genuinely, from what we've seen with like the rise of Wu and these people that we've been following for such a long time, the one thing that they've always been is consistent and genuine. You get the same language, you get the
Yeah.
same things from them. So it seems to me like within that, there's a consistency in communication and relationships and all these things. So maybe it's only natural that a person in RZA's position who's recognizing talent and asking questions and doing these types of things would be in a spot to say, I really want to make a movie, and people would be volunteering to say, well, I'd like to help you make a movie. Sure. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it just speaks to what we talked about. We've mentioned multiple times, right? Like collaboration. You don't do these things by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, and maybe Riz is in that point in his career too, where in like, unlike Rob Zombie's like, I've made like 8 or 9 horror movies in a row. Like, I want to do something different. Like, maybe RZA hasn't got there yet, and maybe RZA's just like, hey man, I want to make like stuff that's like, you know, based like a lot of kung fu stuff. Whether it's you know, whether I'm working on an anime or I'm like directing a movie, like this is the shit that I'm into. Obviously, you know.
I kind of think, I think that's, I think
this is the world I love.
Yeah, I think Rob Zombie got immediately pigeonholed as soon as like his first big thing was a horror movie, and coming from the band that he was in, of course, this is the only thing this guy will ever do, and this is the only thing we should ever pay attention to.
His name's fucking Rob Zombie.
That is
Right?
really, that
Like,
is-
your
that
name's
is
Zombie,
really
bro.
Weird. That's really weird that a person like Rob Zombie, who makes a successful movie at least once, is told that he can't do a hockey movie. Because I mean, I get it. Halloween's not a sports film by any means, but
Sure.
it's such a. It's just cinema. It's a beautiful piece of cinema. Like, it's actually the Halloween remake that he did.
Is a beautiful piece of cinema, Bryce?
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
No. I'm saying it's a well done movie, man.
Okay.
I thought that shit was really cool.
Okay. Well, those are different words.
I mean, for real, I think so. No, I'm not saying Halloween is beautiful, but like
Okay.
it's well shot. That's a dope movie, man.
Okay.
I don't know, because like any movie, if you could make a horror movie like that, that looks like, because I think Halloween was very campy. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
But his Halloween was a lot more dramatic and shit. I don't know.
He went for it. He definitely went for it. He was going for a very specific thing.
I thought it was dope. His first remake. The second one, yikes.
Yeah.
But the
the
first
second
one,
one's bad.
yeah, I could see him doing a hockey movie.
Sure.
I could see that shit.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think too, you know, kind of what you brought up with like the stereotype of where Rob Zombie is. I feel like RZA is breaking through that because he appeared in Nobody with Bob Odenkirk, Christopher Lloyd. You know, like
He was in Cigarette.
Yeah.
Was it not Cigarette Burns? There was a short film that had RZA in it. I can't remember.
I only know Ghost Dog.
Yeah.
I see him with Ghost Dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But again, I think RZA can prove that he can do other things, and he's not. You can't pigeonhole him the way you can Rob Zombie. Because again, I couldn't imagine like Rob Zombie and popping up in a movie and not being the horror guy. Because look at him, you know, he is Rob Zombie.
He made a choice.
Speaking of another beautiful fucking movie, I thought Ghost Dog was a dope ass movie. I thought that was shot beautifully.
Ghost Dog is
That
a dope
shit
movie.
goes crazy.
I like Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. All right, so let's talk this then. Method Man. We kind of hit on it earlier, but there was a weird crossover where Method Man started appearing in new metal stuff. Even to that point where like there was that music video, like him and Fred Durst like playing video games together.
Oh yeah.
And shit.
Together now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And they had that weird kung fu fight at the end of the video.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was I thought that was like also like a weird thing that happened where again like of all the people, I think Meth might have like been the one who would like most spread out to appear in front of like different fan bases and stuff. Because
he saw what Snoop was doing.
yeah, and just really started like playing in a bunch of different areas and making connections. And you know, it's not hard to think that like the same kids that were listening to Limp Bizkit at that time would also be listening to Wu-Tang Clan, and he leaned into it.
Yeah, and absolutely, and also like the Limp Bizkit fans might not necessarily be Wu-Tang fans, but the Limp Bizkit fans are definitely Red and Meth fans, right?
That's true.
So
I think it was everybody was starting to smoke weed a lot.
there we go.
You feel me?
It was the time.
Yeah,
there you go.
Everybody was smoking
The
weed.
2000s, weed started appearing a lot in pop culture. Like,
Yes.
it was,
Yeah.
and that's also an interesting thing is like, because I remember growing up in like the 80s and 90s, and weed was around, but it wasn't like, but there was also like Dare and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was kind of like in the early 2000s, it was like, hey, this shit isn't like the thing that you think it is. Like, it's been marketed to you as like, this is a gateway drug, and if you do marijuana, then obviously you're going to go on to do other harder drugs, and this is something you're going to get addicted to, and you know, all this shit. And then like you started seeing with like Snoop Dogg, and then other people were like, no, weed's all right.
I was gonna say my when I took the disc out of my Chronic 2001, and there's that picture of Dre just with his face in this giant bag of weed, like sitting on the control panel. I was like, what?
Friday, next Friday.
Sure, yeah, all that stuff.
All that shit.
Yeah.
Like, man, they were trying to tell us get over it.
Yeah. So you were definitely seeing it pop up in hip hop, and then you would even see like Pantera would have weed shit. And that was like a weird thing. It's like, so your t-shirt is like a Confederate flag with a weed leaf on. It's like, hell yeah, brother, Pantera. And it's just like, all right, this is totally on the other side of the aisle of this. But then at the same time, it's like, it's still that same message. And so over the past 20 years, you've seen that thing in pop culture where it's like, oh, weed is not the evil thing it was once said it was.
Right. And that dovetails into your ICP. And like, no, drugs bring us together.
Is Pantera the band that kind of made the RPG sounding music?
The RPG sounding music? Wait,
Am I thinking of the wrong band?
Wait, are you talking about when you say RPG, do you mean like video game or do you mean like Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, no, but this is hilarious. because when you first said this, I immediately thought Final Fantasy in my head.
I did too. I was like, role-playing game.
I was thinking some Final Fantasy or like some Diablo shit.
Oh, do you remember back in ECW when Rob Van Dam would come to the ring?
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Walk. What do you say? That was Pantera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Word.
So Pantera is known for sidetrack. Pantera is one of those bands where it's like a real like separate the art from the artist type thing if you're going to enjoy it, because artistically they're fucking awesome. Like their whole thing they did with groove metal, which completely changed the way we experience metal today, was where the Abbott brothers, Dimebag Darrell and his brother Vinnie Paul, like really focusing on this idea of like, look, we need this to be like not funky, but it needs to have more of like bassy under rhythm, like you'd be able to dance to this. Like we need to make music that's heavy, but at the same time, a stripper at a strip club could shake her ass to this thing. And so, and so that changed metal, because for it wasn't just all about guitar solos now. Now it was about the idea of like getting people to move their body and to dance, but in a way where it's still heavy. So that's the good side of Pantera. The bad side of Pantera is, yes, they were like, obviously we should have Confederate flags on our merch because we're from the South, brother, and it's the 90s. And it's like, Dad, you guys should not do that.
Oh, so they fucked it all up.
Yeah. Well, and then their lead singer Phil Anselmo has had a multiple number of times of doing like super questionable shit on stage, where he'll come out drunk and go on like a weird like white power rant. And
Phil Anselmo's a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's fucked up. So and
damn.
Yeah, and that's like a whole thing that people have like tried to apologize away over the years. It's like, no, he gets drunk and shows his ass. Like everybody knows who he is, and you can't like do this thing where you keep excusing it because it's fucking not cool at all.
Damn, how you gonna be in a metal band and be a white supremacist? I thought them things were supposed to be...
Bryce.
I thought them things were supposed to be separate, right?
Well, it just... Wow, Bryce.
Right? God damn it, Bryce.
Man, there's some...
Y'all gonna have to teach me.
Yes. As much as you've taught us today, there's some stuff that me and Tank need to teach.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have to.
All right.
Because I thought these metal and punk bands and everything was supposed to be in the territory of like, fuck all that.
The majority are.
Establishment.
The majority are some good guys, but there's some bad guys in there.
There's
some bad guys doing some bad.
Bucket full of bad guys.
Yeah.
And fair enough. Fair enough.
And Pantera is one of the interesting ones in that regard, where it's like, I don't think we've ever seen this white supremacy imagery bullshit like get that popular and mainstream. Pantera really is one of those bands where it's like, as far as like a very successful band is done, where they had like shit like the Confederate flag. I guess them and Lawrence Skinner
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, them and Skinner. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like they tried to play the thing with Pantera and Skinner for years. Where it's like, well, it's from the South, it's a Southern pride thing. It's not a racist thing. But then you would have Phil Anselmo get drunk and like throw up a fucking Sig Heil on stage, and it's like,
See, that's crazy.
it's like that's not good.
Because the way I always looked at things, because hip hop, punk, metal, all these things being kind of adjacent cultures, right? Like
You would think.
yeah, because everyone's supposed to have the same messaging. It's this whole like speaking for the unspoken, fuck
Right.
the system, that type of energy. So, I guess everybody will find room for bigotry.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yep.
yeah,
Yikes!
absolutely
All right,
Yeah.
y'all gonna have to put me on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
yeah. So Pantera. That's and the bummer thing is, solid albums, and that's the bad part about
know.
it is.
Oh damn!
It's like as far as musically, it was like the same thing I struggle with like Michael Jackson, where like I walk in some place and somebody's like playing Thriller or what's the something dun, 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 gonna give it up dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
gonna
Don't stop till you get enough.
yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, like I'll hear that like all the time. It like because that's like one of those songs you instantly put on, the whole room is like fuck yeah, and it's like that dude touched kids, and it's like fuck, like you know, it's one of those things where it's just like oh god damn it, man, like then it becomes the whole art and artist thing where it's like well I love this song, but the guy who did it not a good guy.
Yeah. Yikes.
Luckily with Wu-Tang Clan,
Luckily with Wu-Tang.
Everybody's good.
everybody's being pretty cool.
Everybody's
Yeah.
Nobody's getting hit with sexual assault allegations. Nobody's getting caught up in some shit that's like shady.
Worst
like,
thing to come
everybody's
out-
cool.
Worst thing to come out of Wu was Ghostface trying to get us to eat those White Castle burgers. Those
You know what? Fuck it. I'll take it. They're still on the side of good.
Still a win. That's still a win.
The White Castle Impossible burgers wasn't hitting like that, man. It really wasn't. It
Yeah.
really wasn't. I even tried them with pepper jack cheese.
Still no good.
Nah, I just wasn't rocking with it, man.
I mean,
Right.
ODB did let us know that Wu-Tang is for the children.
It's for the children. It's for the
It
children.
is for the children.
My kids love them.
Yeah. How can you not?
You know.
For the children. So, all right, a positive band with a positive message, the Wu-Tang Clan. All right, so we're kind of starting to get towards the end here, but yeah, we because we were talking about meth with new metal stuff, and then with How High, and that again, like that's a movie that is now just kind of part of like comedy history, you know, and like you brought up like Friday earlier, like How High is definitely in that vein. It definitely came out and it is like this thing where it's like, you know, like. It's Cheech and Chong, but it's like but at the time it was like a modern Cheech and Chong.
Yep.
Where it's like let's take these two super charismatic dudes that are fucking awesome rappers and put them together in a buddy comedy and sprinkle some weed in on it. We'll add Mike Epps because of course Mike Epps is in this fucking movie. He's in everything.
Yeah,
you know,
at that time.
And you know, and we'll grab Fred Willard to be like the white guy that doesn't understand what the fuck is going on.
But it's cool with it.
But was cool with it. You know, he's just like I don't get it, but I like it. Meth and Red. You know, it's just like. Yeah, that was an amazing movie. That was a lot of fun. I mean, is it going to win an Oscar? No. But if it's on TV, I'm going to watch it.
Right. There's a specific universe where that movie fits in, and if you're not, if you don't fuck with Wu-Tang, you're not going to fuck with that movie.
And the record that movie was even based on was so fucking great.
Yep.
That was a really that record was so good that when they announced that movie, I was like, yeah, I get it.
That makes sense.
I get it. That shit's man.
Was there anything Wu-Tang pop culture we did not hit? I'm trying to think if anybody else had anything else out there that they jumped into.
Method Man had that comic with Sanford Green.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, they've always sort of been in entertainment in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Movies, TV,
Oh shit!
video
The
games.
fucking Wu-Tang TV show.
The TV show.
The TV show. Czarface.
Czarface. Yeah.
Czarface, that's Wu shit.
That is Wu
That's
shit.
definitely
Well,
Wu shit.
yeah, it's Inspector Deck and Esoteric, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And 7L.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Yeah, which and again, I think that gets into the whole culture of like what Wu-Tang has spawned because like there's no Czarface, there's no there's no Vinnie Paz, like all these things exist because of Wu-Tang.
MF
Yeah.
Doom.
No atmosphere without Wu-Tang.
Yeah. MF Doom is Wu shit all day.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when
Well, he was third base crew,
Yep.
back in the day.
Yep. And then with Czarface when they did the collaboration joints where they did this versus Ghostface and stuff. And yeah, man. We've gone down that rabbit hole together. Yeah.
Czarface meets Metalface. Czarface meets Ghostface.
Ghostface.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole concept of the Czarface universe is just such a cool idea of bringing together like stuff that people love of comics and cartoons and now mixing into this thing, this superhero world, and just the iconic. I mean, right now, Czarface is iconic.
Yeah,
it 100% is.
He's getting his own toys and shoes and shit. So
I think Czarface is the Wu legacy that goes in the comic book animated direction.
Yeah.
I think West Side Gun and Griselda is the legacy of Wu that goes in that Ghostface Raekwon direction.
Okay.
Of that whole the Gambino rap side of things.
Yeah.
Because they're leaning into the art and all the things, but it's still I when I listen to Czarface and I listen to Griselda, dramatically different, but it all sounds like Wu shit to me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. Yeah, it's a perfect branch off the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I like with the Czarface thing. I like that like L'Amour Supreme has made this character that is. It is Czarface. It's the visual component of the sound of the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, like, how many aliases you want?
Yeah.
Just name them. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have a cool. Remind me and we'll go check out the Czarface mural tonight. Right beside Arnold's. So earlier this year we had Blank and L'Amour Supreme came through and he did a Czarface head on the side of a building beside Arnold's, which is the oldest bar in Cincinnati, and it accidentally got removed. And so they contacted him, and then I'm sure somebody wrote a check to somebody, and he came back and did a gigantic Czarface on the side of the building.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Well, look, guys, before we get out of here, was there anything else you wanted to touch on, or what do you think the future for Wu-Tang is going to be?
Well, I think like what you said, Bryce. It's the Czarfaces. That sort of Wu-Tang. I guess we're on like Wu-Tang 4.0 at this point.
It is like the Unreal Engine. They just keep getting better.
Yeah.
They just keep making more of them.
Right, and with the Griselda crew and stuff like that. Like I don't think that sound is ever going to go away.
No. It will continue to expand. There will be more Wu affiliates or Wu inspired things.
And I think now, man, like it's sort of like what the Wu did is now sort of commonplace. Like it's just sort of what you do now.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on my application to come through, man. I've been trying to.
Okay.
I'm supposed to. I feel like I should be able to squeeze in there.
You get a swarm of killer bees
Yeah.
that delivers your letter instead of an owl.
You can work your way up the ladder.
Man, I'm just saying. I think we've earned at least we should be able to get in the killer army at least.
At least.
At the very least, I think the three of us qualify for killer army.
I think so.
Right?
I would not be against it. If the Wu-Tang Canyon was like, would you like to join the ranks? I'd be like, guys, I'm honored. Thank you.
I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I can knock on their door and ask for it. Like when we see Jizzin tonight,
no.
I don't think I'd be like, hey, man.
I
want to enlist.
You have to be invited.
You got to be invited.
Yeah.
That's got to be the move.
I'm just saying, we're Wu as fuck. Yeah, just go ahead and let it slide in. And Griselda siding on it stuff. Yeah, y'all are cool. I mean, I'll fuck with it, but come on now.
I think.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
We know
bro.
what's up.
Put it on Indeed or something. Let us get in there.
Can you imagine a Wu application on Indeed?
On Indeed, we're in there, man. Goddamn.
You'd have to, for sure.
We easily qualify. We have all the skill. They can even do the Indeed quiz, with
Okay.
15 minutes, answer the questions like it's a Wu specific quiz.
I'm not against sending my resume to Shaolin, because I'm sure that they do have people that go through the processing at the Wu campus.
Right, it's like becoming a Kentucky colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That I think is cool. That I think you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
I think that the influence of Wu-Tang will just continue on forever just because of we've talked about, like you said, the 4.0 version, the sound. And it's a sound that to me doesn't go, it's not bad. It's just good. And because like hip hop comes in weird waves and shit, and there's stuff that gets popular in the mainstream and then goes away. You know, it's like we saw like we've seen like just recently with like the SoundCloud stuff, and you saw some people pop up like Little Uzi Vert and like Baby, like Lil Baby, and like all the various littles. But now that's kind of started to come back away with only like a few people still like really in there.
Yep.
And Wu-Tang just continues to chug along. They're not a flavor of the minute. They've been around forever, and they're just going to weather whatever the thing is that year for hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah. And that is interesting too. I wonder what will be the next thing in hip hop after this, because like we've went through like East Coast, West Coast. The chopped and screwed stuff coming out of like the South. What Outkast did was different from what other people were doing, and now today with like SoundCloud stuff and like the whole like new emo rap thing that's happened, where everybody's on Xannies and sad. Like, what's next for hip hop then?
Hey, now personally, and this could be a whole episode in itself, but I'd say the next wave, we got to look at the direction. There's a thing called PG Lang right now that is something that Kendrick has branched off into, and we have artists like the Mick Jenkins, Smino, and people like that, and they're being very like it's hip hop and it's melodic and it's going in this like it's going in this like really amazing direction that's kind of parallel to some of the stuff that Griselda is doing.
Okay.
It's just it's not in sound, but just in independence.
Dig it.
Like it's all dope. This right now it's the way for the independence. Very much the independence. All the shit that we liked in the late 90s, early 2000s, even mid 90s or whatever, like the best pieces. You could tell people that rocked with what we were listening to, that's what they're making right now.
Interesting.
All right.
And then my question becomes on that is and I understand why we like, because like this is something that we know and find comfort in and we enjoy, so that's there. I wonder like if the people that are making this now, is it the children that were brought up during that time period and now they're adults, or if it's a thing where it's a cycle where this happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, now it's back, but it's new, it's different. I don't know.
I think in the Griselda's case, they lived it and now they get to do it.
Yeah.
Personally, and that's why I think we fuck with Griselda so much. But everybody else, not necessarily sure.
All right.
Yeah. Well, in Griselda, again, it's just unique beats. You instantly recognize what it is, who it is, and it's an interesting thing that they do where there's a lot of contrast in what's happening, because it's like the beats are just very beautiful is how I would describe it. But then on top of it, it's West Side Gun, making like gun noises and then talking about like flipping crack and coke.
And it'll be to the tune of a dude playing piano.
Yeah.
And he's killing his piano.
Yeah.
Yep.
This motherfucker is talking about the shit that sent him to prison.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, this is crazy. But when you listen to like Conway and West Side and all of them, they sound like dudes our age.
Yeah,
they really do. They sound like they was fucking with the same shit we was, and in the artwork that they share and all of that shit, it just looks like our shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I hope that they do continue to have success and and even more mainstream success. And we kind of talked about it a bit earlier when we brought West Side Gun, like him appearing on like AEW and shit, and him being like a huge pro wrestling fan. And I think that's also a cool thing where like he's now branched out into this whole other world where there was a lot of people when he came out, like people didn't know him in the crowd, but there was also people that did know who the fuck he was and what was important was there. Yeah. But that's also the thing where it's like you're opening yourself up to a new demographic where like these wrestling fans like, who's this guy? And then they Google him and then they immediately go to his Spotify, and I'm sure a few people are like, this is fucking cool. I'm now a fan.
Yeah.
And pro wrestling is a very Wu-Tang thing anyway, too, right?
Super Wu shit. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Pro wrestling is one of those things that transcends like all race and culture and all that stuff. Yeah. Like it's one of those things where it brings people of all people into a building together. Yeah. Like it really is. And it has been for a while. Like it is one of those things where like, talking about like, I was recently watching a thing about the Junkyard Dog and like explaining like the significance of him like being a black dude in the South that like went on to like draw major houses, and like he got so big that he became like the baby face. Like he was like their Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty wild story to hear, and just like in seeing that, where it's just like, yeah, man, like it in also like Japan and stuff. Like the people that are into there are like Mexico with like fucking the luchadors.
Yep.
Like pro wrestling is a thing that speaks to all people of
Yep.
all lands.
Yeah, you mentioned Japan. I got into Tiger Mask for a little bit. You remember that?
Oh,
shit,
yes, sir.
man?
Yes, sir.
I discovered Tiger Mask and was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. yeah, it's like a superhero, man. I
Yep.
was all in.
Yep.
Super cool. Yeah, 100%. Well, look, guys, before we get out of here, let them know where they can find you out online real quick again before we close this thing down.
Justin3000.com. That is where you can find all of my things.
All things Justin, go there.
Yep. And Mad Hundreds. You could go to madhundreds.com, Google Mad Hundreds. The things will appear, and please check out all of the things. We're making cool stuff. Me personally as Bryce Oquaye, but they're also collaborating with my brothers like Justin Stewart over here.
We're making some stuff together.
Yes, and just to shout a couple of our other brothers real quick. So like Leif Taylor and Sean Lightsey, even Sean Pryor, people like that. Just like awesome thing. We're collecting and making cool stuff.
Nice. Hell yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Well, look, listener, you can find me at Neo1 is my Instagram, and thank you for listening to What You Into. If you have a friend, send the Wu-Tang Clan, send in this episode. Like, the algorithms are not great, no matter what social platform you are, and just having a friend that texts you something and says, hey, check it out, is worth way more than any algorithm could be. And then if they like the show or, other shit they're into, I got over 100 different back episodes dealing with various collections and hobbies, and there's something in there for everybody. Plus, every episode is evergreen, so you don't have to listen to shit in order. You can just, go through and pick and choose. Everything is its own adventure.
And that's awesome. That's what I want to say. Like, thank you for doing this show.
Yes.
Because there's shit that I would have never thought that I would have been fascinated to learn about. And thanks to your show.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
It broadens my brain.
You have a fun podcast, and you have an awesome podcast voice.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Well, speaking of awesome podcast voice, the Quiet Storm over here. Let's go.
man.
Let's make that podcast dream a reality. I'll show you how to get the recorder.
But so we let's exit on some woo shit.
All right.
All right. What You Into podcast? Stop playing, son. Look. We on here. We talk about things that people love. We talk about things that people like. Stop playing. You heard?
Hell yeah, dude. Nothing's gonna beat that. Listener, thanks for listening. Peace.